everybody. Welcome back to the Purpose Department Podcast. You know who I am, but I mean, in case you don't, I'm Jaiden, and I'm here with my dad, the old man, Pete.
Sounds good, Jade. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh, doing good. It's been really good. So glad to have you guys back with us today for the Purpose Department. We're excited to bring this episode to you because honestly, I feel like we are on the precipice of something really cool with who we're going to get to talk to today. It's almost kind of like a day one type thing.
Something new.
Yeah, something very new on the horizon. But Jay, I love you, dude. And rocking the hair. Everything's looking sharp, man. Yeah. So we've had some good weather too these past few days.
Yes, we have.
So Californians can now get out of their depression state because we've had sunshine. So, but today we've got a special guest. He's actually somebody that I came across just a few weeks ago. Awesome guy, great personality. I got to meet him a little bit, hear a little bit about his heart and his vision, and he's they're spearheading something that's really, really awesome. And so that's part of the conversation that we're going to talk about today. And so I want you guys on the chat, give us some likes. Don't forget, subscribe, all those different things. But let's give it up for Heath Gagné. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, thanks for having me here today, man.
Heck yeah, bro.
Awesome.
How you doing today?
Doing good, man.
Good.
Blessed.
Yeah, that's so good, man. You've had a lot going on.
Oh yeah. Super busy.
So, Jaiden, before we dive into our conversation and talk, right. Jaiden has something that he wants to give you today.
Oh, we're gonna start.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I mean, you should know, and if you don't know, then shame on you. But I start off most of the episodes with a hypothetical question. Are you ready?
Sure.
I mean, do you think that you're ready?
I am not ready, but I'll get ready.
There you go. Okay. So here's my question for you today. If you could spend 5 minutes with your 10-year-old self and your 80-year-old self, what would you ask and what would you say?
Spend 10 minutes with my 10-year-old self, or spend 5 minutes with my 10-year-old self and my 80-year-old self?
Yep. You're all in the same room. You get to just ask some questions, and then you get to...
What would you talk about?
Dang, man. I don't know. That's really good.
Yeah.
I would definitely, does it have to be like the same conversation to both, or would it be like,
you totally,
I could have
whatever
different
you want,
conversations?
whatever you want.
Whatever conversation you want.
I would want to, I think it's obvious, I'd want to help my younger self with the future and ask my older self of or with the future of the past, or vice versa. Yeah. I don't know. Let me say it again. So I would ask my 80-year-old self about the future, and I would talk to my 10-year-old self about his
what's
future.
To come.
Yeah, exactly, about what's to come.
Yeah.
And prepare him a little bit more better, and help him understand some things a lot faster.
Yeah.
But also take the knowledge from the 80-year-old self and prepare myself even faster now.
Yeah. Like, what would you say to your 10-year-old self? Like, what would be some of the things you would tell yourself?
It's really interesting because I haven't changed that much. At 10, I think I started my own lawn mowing business in the neighborhood, and I was running my own company. At 10, I was playing Monopoly with my friends, with real money. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's funny.
I've been an entrepreneur since day one. So I can't go back and say oh man, just jump into your own business. I was already doing that. So, but definitely tell him to stay focused on business and entrepreneurship. Don't get sidetracked. Yeah, man. I would probably talk about my family a little bit and explain some situations that happens or occurs, and understand how that is going to affect me or something. And then, same thing, I guess, with my 80-year-old self, kind of just have that conversation of what should I be preparing for now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Preparation. That's probably the key topic.
Yeah. I love that.
That's really cool.
I feel like whenever you ask somebody that question, they're always preparation. They're always how can I prepare myself, my younger self, for what's coming? And then how can I ask my older self what I need to prepare for? Then that also kind of brings you to a paradox of kind of will you change the future if you tell your younger self about what's going to happen?
And that's the thing. I wouldn't, man. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly who I want to be. I think that everything that occurred needed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Happened for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, when you think about that perspective and those different things, it's how can you equip yourself to react better or to respond better? You know? Because especially with life and just day and age, with technology, with social media, with all those different things, man, it sometimes it can it can pull us into a dark spot if we're not careful, and
Definitely.
especially relationships and people and community
Mm-hmm.
and all those different things. Now, this is cool because when I first met you, we hung out and I was looking around your office and you had all of this amazing stuff, but there was some Hawaii stuff there. And so then like that immediately I felt like, all right, dude, this is, I knew something was awesome about this guy because I'm originally from Hawaii and I know all that you guys know that, but man, it was so awesome. So tell us a little bit, like what brought you to Hawaii?
Yeah. So I joined the Marine Corps in Texas. Went to School of Infantry in San Diego, or went to boot camp in San Diego, went to SOI in Camp Pendleton. And then they let me write 3 locations down I said, Hawaii. That was no option, bro. And so I got stationed in Hawaii, and that's where I moved out to. And I was in infantry out there, on our way to deploy to Afghanistan. During that time, it's 2006, 2010 is when I was in. And then getting out of the Marine Corps, my transition was going into college. And so completely paid for a private university in Hawaii. It was awesome. Went to Hawaii Pacific University, started studying business management. My major was studio art with a minor in business management. And so studio art was photography, graphic design, web design, all these different things. I thought that was my skill set, so I really wanted to enhance that. And then business management, because I knew I was always a business owner. I'm one of my biggest fears is actually being an employee. So like not doing that.
You are your own boss pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that phrase, because I'm not even the boss. Like it's just freedom. It's just, there is no boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not my own boss. I have there is no boss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah. So live in Hawaii. I stayed in Hawaii even after after I was going to college there. The Marine Corps was paying for all my college. They were giving me a stipend for like housing. They paid for my books and all that stuff. So like I was in college for like 5 or 6 years, dude, just chilling. It was so fun. In Hawaii, like I was going to college for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I was like the Van Wilder.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I eventually graduated. And then I got a house out there, and I was staying out there for a little bit, surfing and having a good time. Started my graphic design business with some, like working with a couple different nightclubs, doing their flyers and stuff. And then that moved into like, event photography. And so I started teaching myself photography, and then I started my own event production company.
Okay.
So it's kind of like stacked. And like this skill set came to this skill set. And then I ended up starting my own modeling agency because I needed professional models to shoot, and then, clothing lines and all that stuff. So we did some fashion shows, did some stuff for Wounded Warrior Project, and, just kept on growing. And then the skill sets started stacking on top of each other, and then that ended up being what I now own as the digital marketing design agency.
Okay.
So we've been doing that for 15 years now, very successful. Grew Hawaii, grew Dallas, now we're growing LA and Orange County area. And then that leads me to where I'm at today.
No way.
Again, all those things had to have occurred again to be exactly where I'm at right now.
Right.
Wow.
No, that's so good. So I guess, so I mean, the reality of it is this. So you going from military, then for continuing your education, in Hawaii, and then taking those steps out and working into the creative space, as a full-blown entrepreneur, who is driven, who has a vision, who has these ideas, who has a dream and different things. So really, I guess, tell us, so where has that led you since then? And coming out of it, because I also know we've got some friends who have been in the military, and sometimes there's even that transition period when you get out, and then you're stepping back into civilized life in some ways, and having to adapt. And now you said you went to Afghanistan. We have a good friend of ours.
No, I didn't go to Afghanistan. We were on our build up to Afghanistan.
Okay,
so
got it.
We'll save a lot of those details for another one.
But we'll have to do it another time. But no, so cool, man. So what was that like for you? I guess, so how has that led you to where you're at today? What's cooking?
Yeah. So for the past 15 years, I've been helping hundreds of companies all over the country build their websites, build their brands, build their marketing platforms, just growing their businesses. And it kind of just feels like employment a little bit, like I'm working for them, helping them build their dreams. And so I kind of just, over the course of the past 5 years, but like I feel like I kind of just made a decision. I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? So like over the past 5 years, I've been building TribeLife, and that's what it is. That's what it's called. It's called TribeLife. A lot of Hawaii vibes and culture, and but also military and community, and like everything about what a tribe, community, all of that is. So, but yeah, all of those skill sets, everything that leads to everything, to where now I'm able to build a website, build apps, do the marketing, do the social media that I've been doing for everybody, but now I'm just doing it for myself. And we have built now the next big social media platform.
Man, I love you sharing. So TribeLife, about finding your tribe, this community. I mean, how did that even spur, like what started that idea in your mind? What was the kind of the spark that just grew all of that?
Yeah.
It was really just like looking at what we have today, social media platforms as they are now, really what is lacking, what's missing, seeing constant reports of like the youth being depressed and looking at why they're depressed. And it's all reports back to like the social media and the doom scrolling, the algorithms, and like just a lot of negative things that are like happening now in social media, and where our social media like landscape is even at right now. And I think there just needs to be something better, what I mean? And I have the skill sets and the platform and the time and all the things that gives me the perfect opportunity to be able to build something new and something way better.
Yeah.
And so that's where we're at right now. And that's, hopefully we're going to, grow this out pretty quickly, so that way we can keep on adding new features, keep on adding new programs, and keep on expanding and growing and doing a lot more cool things.
Yeah.
Okay, so TribeLife, right? That's the name of the social media platform.
And find your tribe is our mantra, the motto, the catchphrase, the slogan, tagline, everything.
I love that so much. So what was like the moment in your life where you kind of said, you know what, I'm going to start this, I'm going to keep going until I got it?
It kind of, there wasn't like a specific moment. I don't think. It was just more of along the lines of it grew to become this massive idea. Just from starting events, we did like a Christmas event where you can meet Santa Claus, and that was a big event. And then we turned it into a Halloween event, and then a couple different events and a couple different things, and then we kind of started it as a membership club, kind of like Costco, and you pay your membership dues, and you get access to all these different event tickets and discounts and perks and premiums and benefits and all that stuff, whatever. But it was over the past like 2 or 3 years before COVID happened. We had fitness, we had gyms, we had restaurants, we had travel, we had everything. And then like COVID happened, it's like nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Zero.
Right.
So like it was out of business. It was done. It was dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like really COVID gave me the time to sit down, grounded. I couldn't do anything. I was literally like, being grounded at home or something. You're just in trouble. You can't go anywhere. You can't talk to your friends. You can't hang out. You know what I mean? So like, I just took that time to look inside myself, look inside TribeLife, and see what can this be? What can we do? How can we pivot? And I guess that's the moment. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah. It's a social media platform. Right? Like, okay. And then it's like, well, the membership club took a lot to explain. It took 2, 3, 4 hours sitting down one at a time, saying like, you get this, you get this, you get that, you get that, all these different things. Cool. And it's like 3 hours later after a steak dinner or something, I'm wining and dining, one person is like, okay, they signed up and they pay $25 a month. It's like, there's got to be a better way. Right. You know what I mean? And so that's when it like, boom, it's a social media platform. Now, as a social media platform first, everything sells itself. Yeah. Everything is included in the app. Everything is included. Everything is built in. So the TribeLife shop, the TribeLife tribes, the tribe trips, like all those things that we had as a membership club is just part of the social media platform. Mm-hmm. And so other kind of, there's not really anything like what we're building, because the idea kind of came from taking this app and this app and this app and this app and this community app and this app, and then like taking all the bad things out, keeping all the good things in, and putting it all on one singular platform.
I love what you said there, as far as taking all the, learning from this app, learning from this and this and this, because there's a whole bunch of them. And even since like when we were having some of the other ones that were going to get banned or closed out, everybody's freaking out. Well, here's a replacement, here's a substitute, and all these different deals. But you said taking each of these apps and then pulling the good things. When you're doing stuff like that, I feel like that's when you're leading more with the heart and getting back to the why again.
Yeah.
You know, where you were talking about, especially people like my son's age, you know, with the doom scrolling and the depression rates and all these different things, like how, you know, for me, because we're in that same space as far as the creative content,
Right.
digital stuff, marketing, all of those things in reality can be a whole lot of noise,
Yeah.
you know, and it's all a distraction and it sucks you in. And now what makes TribeLife feel different?
Yeah. So that's actually some research that we've been doing lately with, you know, influencers, mega influencers, even down to like micro influencers and just users in general. But like we would kind of challenge them and like, open up your reels, open up your feed right now and show me, like, let's do 2 examples. One example is your friends, your family, your close and personal, like people that you really know, that you engage with, that you're going to have over to your barbecue at a backyard dinner or something like that, right? Or go grab drinks with. That's an example of exhibit A. Okay. And exhibit B is anything else. Like that's not. So it's like, it's really just, it's algorithm, it's content, it's news, it's, you know, stuff that isn't your close personal friends and family content. So like, you know, you may subscribe or want to see, you know, stuff about Formula One or stuff about like, you know, some companies' hats or Manscaped or, you know, what are all these things that you see in social media constantly over and over again. But like, look at, like, just scroll and count. Okay, you got one friend that posted something. Not a friend, 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 not a friend. 2, okay, not a friend, not a friend. So what we did this constantly for like hours, right, with multiple people. And it's like 1 out of 50 pieces of content, only 1 out of 50 are actually friends and family or your network. You know what I mean? Your social network, right? And
so
everything else is algorithm, it's generated content, it's ads, it's sponsored, it's this, it's that, but it's not close, tight knit, real content. And I challenge you to do it. Yeah, do it yourself, man. It's cool. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, because I do want to see Formula One stuff. I do want to see, you know, things that are happening around me, and I do want to see Costa Mesa and information. But that's not. And that's kind of what makes TribeLife different, is no algorithms, no ads, no specific things that are going to interrupt your experience in viewing your community, your friends and family, your network, social network of actual tangible content that's valuable to you. We have ads and stuff in the app as well and website, but it's not like it is now. It kind of mimics more like a magazine. Like if you scrolling through a magazine, you're looking at the clothing or you're looking at the, you know, Home Depot or whatever, and then you see a full page ad about, you know, Restoration Hardware or something, right? It's relevant because you're in that magazine. Like, you know, Travel and Leisure, I'm not going to see, you know, I'm going to see ads about this and that, whatever. But like the ad space, the block, the half page, the 1/4 page, the full page, the cover, the back cover, right? Space in the app, not things that interrupt your flow.
So good.
Wow. That's really
So
good.
if I'm in the app and I'm in TribeLife shop and I'm looking for shoes, I might see, you know, the new Pandas or something like that, or the new Air Force Ones or something ad because Nike paid a block of space to say, you know, 50% off for all verified users or something like that. I'm not going to get that same ad while I'm scrolling through Disney adults, you know, content in a specific tribe. Yeah. Like that's the difference, I think.
Wow.
I love that.
You choose your content, not the algorithm.
Yeah.
Can you just say that one more time? You choose the content, not
the algorithm.
That's such a crazy thing if you think about it right now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like right now, social media is our main way. Yeah, no, it's our main way of communication. It's our main way of seeing what's going on in the world. Because like people still watch the news, but they don't watch it 24/7. And all brands do like huge drops on social media. They don't send out like a letter to each of their people that signed up and say like, oh, hey, today we are dropping these shoes and we're dropping these pairs of clothing and just all of this stuff. I really like that you choose what you want to watch, not the algorithm.
Yeah. It's going to force advertisers, social media advertisers, companies who use social media to advertise too, it's going to force them to come up with more creative ways than just forcing content down people's throats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be more organic, and it's going to be more community based. It's going to be more authentic and genuine. And it's going to be raw rather than production, paid ads, sponsored ads, and algorithm built platform.
Man, from what you're just saying, I mean, and this is sad to say, but it's the reality of where we're at. Like,
now you're thinking about your feed.
Well, not even just that, but what you're saying, I hear a lot of values and a lot of non-negotiables of this is what TribeLife is. This is how people are going to find their tribe. This is how they're going to build community. This is how they're going to be able to, not have an algorithm that's going to then dictate what they digest, what they see. So in reality, with what you're saying, how would you, man, I mean, how would you describe some of the values? Because I hear it and I feel it.
Yeah.
And this is where I mean, it's kind of sad because that we're having to talk about getting back to the reason why we had social media in the first place. Like social media was supposed to help
connect everyone,
using technology so that we can actually be more social.
I mean, like, why was Facebook created, right?
Well, hold on.
Like all of this stuff.
Let's go back into why was Facebook created?
Yeah.
Day one, it was created to connect everybody all across the world. Day two, advertising.
Yeah.
100%. That's the only revenue stream. That's their main revenue stream.
Right.
That's 100% why it even exists, is big data selling, big advertising selling user data to more big advertising. And so they can create algorithms to force that content to which it works. It works great. There's obviously that's the deal. And that's why Meta and those companies are one of the richest companies in the world.
Yeah.
$500 a share on stocks right now.
So like as a business, 100% very great business mind. You know what I mean? But let's do something different. That's all. That's all.
No, I love that.
I don't want to do that. I want to do something else.
Yeah. So what is your hope then really for people, depending on what field they're coming in, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as an influencer, from using TribeLife on day one?
What is my hope for people coming in as day one?
Yeah.
I think it's going to change, but right now I'm really just looking for collaboration, communication, and community. Like, I want everyone to be involved on a community level. So if you are, we call them tribe leaders, but if you're any type of leader, any type of community socialite, any type of influencer of any realm, it's not even, mega influencers or micro influencers or nano influencers. Like, it's just 8 people. I want to go to the beach and have a bonfire. Like, get your 8 people together. That's your tribe. You know what I mean? This TribeLife makes that relevant. You know what I mean? Makes that easy to access, easy to share and communicate and put together and host and all those things. But also within the tribes, within the events, everything is all digital, but also bringing digital to real life. That's another thing that makes TribeLife different. I don't think any other platforms are making us hang out actually in person.
They're making you spend more time in the actual app itself.
I mean, that's 100% of their goal. 18-hour time. If you look at your iPhones and you look at how much time you spent on your phone and you look at the chart, right, and it says X platform, or not X, that's right. Platform A, right, 12 hours. Platform B, 7 hours. Platform C, 6 hours. It's like that's all of your day you spent on social media. When did you actually connect or use or get to hang out with your friends or do anything in real life, rather than just liking and sharing people's posts that? And as we looked at the 1 out of 50, these aren't even your friends. They're not even. It's not even real. It's just content that was created for you, specifically for you, and targeting specifically you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't. I think it's all. I wouldn't say fake because it is real. It's tangible, but it's like. It's just there's not. I don't know the negative word to say. I don't want to say something so negative though.
It's fake. I mean, that's kind of one of the only ways to describe it. Like, it's not.
It does its job though. Like, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's.
Sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's fake. I would just say it's a false reality.
And there's the depression problem.
Yeah,
especially with like I know plenty of people, specifically like girls, I would say, that are looking at other Instagram models, Instagram influencers who are living the life of traveling and luxury and the outfits and the Louis Vuitton bags, and like they look at themselves and they don't even have half of that. You know what I mean? And so they think that they're not enough because all they see is that force-fed content of an image. that they're creating with this algorithm. You know what I mean? And that's harmful.
Yeah.
It's sad too.
Yeah. And so if we can create a community of like-minded individuals, that changes the whole spectrum, right? I'm not comparing myself to, very highly elite millionaires or business people or successful people or people with Lamborghinis or people with, Louis Vuitton bags. I'm comparing myself and included in my community more of like-minded individuals who all like Legos. You know what I mean? For example.
Power to Legos.
Right.
We did not sponsor that message, but power to Legos.
No, I wish they were cheaper.
We got to find a way to make Lego cheaper.
Yeah, we do. Man, there's a lot of refreshing stuff in this, because I know just for me being in this space and even knowing, I have, I wouldn't classify myself as an influencer, like as far as one of those social media type influencer type deals, but knowing that, we've got people, especially like people that I've come across, they're like, oh man, I love what you guys are doing. I love the message that you just shared. And it's like, oh, I had no idea that you even saw it or engaged with it or all these different things. And so there's all like that shadow stuff and all these different things, but to hear what you're talking about and how we really, who we're connecting with, the tribe that we're building, the relationships and people that we're collaborating with. Like I'm such a big collaborator and I love it because it's life-giving. It's very refreshing. I kind of look at it as this whole adage of like iron sharpens iron. Like when you're around somebody who's driven, who's got the same drive or things that they're passionate about, I can glean and learn some things. Oh man. And that strikes up some heat for me to get me going. And so listening to you talk about it, and I've gotten to dive into TribeLife, I got verified and signed up. And
no, you're one of the first, bro.
Heck yeah.
And 5 years from now, we'll look back on this and like, wow, you were one of the very first.
Yeah. But what drew me to it was one, getting to have some conversations with you and just the brief moments that we have, because we've been really busy.
Yeah.
But there was something that I was like, I can gel with that.
Yeah.
Because there's a value set of something that I want to see as well, because I know how good that can be.
Yeah. No, you saw it immediately. You had the vision for sure.
Yeah. And so, man, and that's what I guess I feel like when we were talking, I was like, all right, we got to get you onto the show. And because I really do feel like we are on what I feel like you're building here is like, we're at the beginning of a wave, of a surge, especially if we're talking about surfing. I love surfing. Yeah. You do too, but it's like, there's a new set that's coming in.
Right.
And, and I feel like, so with what you're building, like what's on the horizon for like the next 6 months? Like, what is it looking like? How can people find this? Like,
Yeah. First, it's on this podcast tour, man. Like this is one of like 7 podcasts that I have booked coming up. Yeah. So I think this is a really cool platform. We are going to be launching our own podcast as well, probably using you to help us out with that. It'll be called TribeLife Unfiltered. And it's
awesome.
So we want to put out like public content, obviously, but then we want to, have the podcast, an adult only version where we can kick back and like, have the real conversations and stuff, and then give that authenticity and genuinity to the audience as well. But
I love it.
Pieced out and separated, you know what I mean? So that'd be really cool. Lots of events. We're rolling out a ton of events. We have some networking events that we're going to be demoing the live app. We're going to be doing, a huge scavenger hunt, giving away $1,500 cash prize, leading up to 5 tiers of a scavenger hunt. Like tier 1 is the $1,500 cash prize, sponsored by a company that I can't release yet, but it's gonna be really cool. And then the 5th tier, that was tier 1.
Right.
The 5th tier, we're gonna be giving away a brand new Rivian. I think it's the California Dune limited edition.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude. Sounds good.
Yeah. Right. So scavenger hunt, like we're going to be dropping clues inside one of the tribes, and to gain access to the tribe, you have to be verified, TribeLife verified. So, you could probably go out there and try to play on your own without the clues, but more power to you.
No, you got to use.
It's going to be a lot better if you can get access to the perks and the benefits of being a TribeLife verified user. So, getting into the tribe, understand, like we're going to be dropping hints and clues. You got to find the maps, then you got to find the keys, then you got to find it's a whole thing.
So it's going to be kind of like do you know what mischief is? Okay, so Mischief is a clothing company, or they're just an everything company, but they do like limited time drops, and they do scavenger hunts, and they release like ridiculous products. They release. Have you seen the big red boots?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are their
like
big red boots.
What are they, like the Mario
like the cartoon boots?
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
So they have the cartoon boots, and then 2 years ago they did a promotion where they had I think it was like 2,000 Renault or something like that, but they gave away keys for $25. 200,000 people bought keys. So if you found the car, you could open it and drive it away. So anyone could get the car.
Yeah.
And it was found again, like 2 months ago, and it was found again, and they finally took it back to the Mischief headquarters and they displayed it. But I feel like stuff like that, it's great publicity stunts, and it creates a community.
Oh yeah. And Rivian actually is from Irvine as well too.
Right.
So Orange County region. So I'm really pushing to like actually partner with them and not like maybe sponsor this event, but more so just be engaged with us as a community as we're building. They're a new company, we're a new company.
Right.
We're both in the same area. If we can work together on this, then we can drive a lot of traffic to Rivian. Rivian can communicate to their audience and stuff like, hey, we're partnering with TribeLife doing this scavenger hunt, and we're, they're going to be giving away a whole Rivian truck. And like the way I vision it is like, like you were saying a second ago, I could have at their next event where they're displaying or showing all their trucks, I got the keys to one of them. And if you have the key, you got to try to figure out which truck it goes. And then you could drive off the lot with that new Rivian truck when at an event that they're doing that we could bring 20, 30,000 people to.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this scavenger hunt leading up to it. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of ideas that we can be doing. Yeah. And with a new social media platform, there's just a lot of opportunity for influencers right now. And this is what we're going to be phrasing as the greatest influencer opportunity the world has ever seen.
So good.
I'm going to make a flyer that says that and just plaster it all over Orange County. Because, and it's I'm going to say two things: the greatest influencer opportunity the world has ever seen, and it's a gold rush.
Yeah.
So a gold rush is, looking at like California back in the day when there was the gold, all the people came over here,
left everything behind.
Yeah,
it's such
to
a
come
crazy
find gold
point in history.
Yeah, to come find the gold, and then once all the gold was dug up. No, but the idea is like everybody came to dig for gold, and once all the gold was gone, the opportunity was gone. And so like right now with a new social media platform that has less than 100 users right now, to going where we're going to be at in the next year or 2 years to having 300 million users, you know what I mean? Someone's got to bring those users to us.
Yeah.
And we're relying on influencers to do that.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but like, influencers is a big way that a lot of creators, and anyone can be an influencer. Anyone can be a creator. There's, I think like 17 or 18 different ways that anyone can interact with TribeLife right now. Having a podcast, having us on the podcast, talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All your users listening right now, they can go download the app, and that earns a revenue. Being a creator, we have TribeLife University. You can actually start your own course and teach people things, right? And so users can go and sign up to learn how to code, learn how to, entrepreneurship 101, SEO, all these different things that if you're an educational curator on any of the other platforms, be one on here. It's going to pay you big time. Everything. If you want to start your own tribe and your tribe has exclusive content, you personally or your company or brand has exclusive content behind the scenes, like a concert or a artist, right? They could share the green room, behind the scenes, interviews, question and answers, live interaction, one-on-one, all that tangible, valuable content can be exclusive on TribeLife. And as an influencer, that's bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. I think we're going to be paying out roughly 12 to 15% of all of our revenue for the next 3 years just towards this influencer marketing.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I, as an entrepreneur and all these different things, finding community and finding the right network and the group of people or your tribe.
I love how it's so easy to say
it's
that
hard
word.
to come by though. right?
Yeah, true.
It really is, because so much of it is broken by all of the systems that have been set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, as this business leader and all these different things, man, it would be so nice. Like, I've got certain people on saved in my phone and marked, because these are the ones that I want to go to when I need something, or not even when I need something, when I've got an idea that seems so out of this world. I don't want to just give it to anybody, but oh man, I'm going to share it with this one because I know they might breathe a little life into it.
Yeah.
Having this tribe where more dreams are now caught and realize that they are actually an opportunity and that they can happen. I mean, that's what drives me. I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like that.
I definitely want to hear more about you and your experience and stuff right now, because you are the youth.
Social media.
Yeah.
So
you're the youth of, you're the bloodline, bro. Like, you are the next generation. I'm ready.
So social media, it's a great tool. It's a great opportunity, but you have to know how to use it. And I feel like that's kind of a problem, because not everybody knows how to use social media to find a community. And I mean, I could find a community on Instagram, but it takes a while.
Right.
Because I have to train the algorithm to get this is what I want. Or I have to go look online for this is what I want.
Wouldn't it be beautiful if you can just click a couple buttons and you're
exactly.
there?
Wouldn't it be beautiful? I could just search up like skating community, and then I find one right here in California. I find here like one right here in Orange County, and it's just like, bam, I know who I can hang out with now. And I feel like this idea, so the brink of something marvelous, the brink of something like no one's ever imagined it before. I feel like if Meta had this as a thing, as like a part of their social media, no one would use it because everybody's too busy doom scrolling.
Yeah.
So, no, I really like this idea. It's baffling to me how this hasn't been thought of yet, and how this hasn't been used yet, because, I mean, I like what you said. It's easy to say TribeLife.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real abbreviation for it. I mean, whenever I'm talking about Instagram, I don't always say Instagram. I say Insta.
Yeah.
And it's like,
or
for TribeLife.
No one's going to say, are you on TL?
Yeah.
That's not a thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's just TribeLife.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it TribeLife.
It's just TribeLife. And I love that, because it doesn't take a whole lot to find your tribe if it's set up, and if it's like, and if there's people that you can hang out with, there's people that you can come to bring yourself to connect with.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's what we're missing right now, because at my school currently we're doing like a digital detox. So there's like no phones, like bell to bell, no cell phone, nothing like that, no music, just none of that. It's a full technology detox. But the crazy thing is, before that, we'd have a free period, and I'd see like 50 kids sitting everyone on their phones, and they're playing Brawl Stars, or they're playing video games, or scrolling through reels. But I'm like, you could be talking to one another, and hanging out with people. I mean, I've done it too. I'm not excluding myself from that group, but I feel like it would be so much better, and it will be so much better once we get something that is TribeLife implemented into an everyday society that forces us to get off of our phones and go and hang out with people.
Exactly. That actually brings back to the what are my hopes? My hopes are people use the app to get off the app. That's really like the most powerful thing I could probably say is like, use the app, connect with people, find your tribe, and then go hang out with your tribe. Go do something cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, use TribeLife to plug back into real life.
Yeah, it's really hard to meet people. And I'm 37. I don't know how old you are. You said you're 15? Almost 15? Yeah. Okay, either way, it's pretty hard to just make friends.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it also like depends on your personality and all these things. But,
right.
I mean, sometimes people use that as an excuse to why they don't want to go make friends with people. And I feel like TribeLife is going to change that.
Yeah. It's going to open the door to be able to like see people and then express yourself way more than just 140 characters, by the way. Your bio is unlimited characters. Boom. I don't know if y'all like that.
Take that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, being able to express yourself, being able to, meet people and kind of get a vibe on who they are by, along their profiles and stuff like that. But then you're already part of the tribe. You're already part of the community of, X, Y, and Z, and you already have that shared interest in common.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the whole point is if you produce an event or if the tribe does any type of meetup or get together or whatever, right, then you're actually meeting these people online, but in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Isn't it funny too that, right, we end up getting sucked back into our social media and into our phones and different things because we've got nothing else to do or nothing else better to do. But then I can almost see with TribeLife, you're not just it's no longer about the noise, but you're creating a culture, right?
Yeah.
You're creating something unique and special, and that through that people are going to be able to find ideas. They're going to be able to find places. And so rather than, hey, what do you want to do tonight? Oh, I don't know. And now I just get stuck doom scrolling, trying to find some.
I think we spend
I'm
more
bored out of my life.
I think we spend more time trying to figure out where to eat than eating.
Yeah.
Or
so
like
if it's you jump onto the app,
right?
And check out, this is happening near me. This looks like a pretty hopping thing to do, or that could be fun, or whatever.
Can I talk about that for a second?
Yes.
So
please.
we have a program called TribeLife Local, and with TribeLife Local, we actually partner with restaurants, bars, nightclubs, spas, salons, gyms, fitness, yoga studios, all these different local businesses that we're actually boots on the ground. We're going to the businesses, we're talking to them, we're showing them the app, we're showing them value, all the things. So as we're growing the members, we're also growing the businesses that we partner with, and we have a whole thing called TribeLife Points. If you haven't got it yet, everything starts with TribeLife. TribeLife Points, Tribe Trips, TribeLife, everything, right? So, there's a thing that I say at the office or in my life, whatever. Through all things are possible through TribeLife. So I can just create anything I want now. You know what I mean? It's really fun.
Yeah.
But TribeLife Points kind of works like Starbucks stars, and I use Starbucks when I go. I use my points or whatever. That's exclusive, and a lot of loyalty systems are exclusive. You can only earn points there. You can only spend those points there.
That's genius.
Think about if we unlock that and you can use it in the entire mall. That's what TribeLife Local and TribeLife Points is. I can go to this restaurant, earn points, and I can go on this trip and spend points to reduce the cost, or to get merch or whatever, right? I can work out here, earn points with this trainer, and go get a taco using those points that I just earned there.
Yeah.
And so it creates a unified ecosystem currency ultimately. And so, maybe in the future we'll I think that we'll be using TribeLife Points probably more than cash. You know what I mean? Because I think
TribeLife crypto basically is what you're creating.
I mean, we might be going that direction. Seeing where crypto goes, I'm definitely all eyes on crypto right now for sure.
Yeah.
So, but it's very volatile, so I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But definitely in the conversation for sure.
But the reality, Heath, dude, you've got a vision for it. You've got a passion for it.
So powerful.
And I mean, guys, this is something that's really, really cool. It's coming in. The set's coming in, and I'm super. I've been pumped. When we first met, I was like, okay, I hear it. Oh man,
Like we got you with the Rivian. You're like, I just want to win that Rivian.
Yeah, not even the Rivian, bro. It was the fact of like, I know it's missing. Like I feel it, and I can describe it, and I know what it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And to hear of something that has the potential because the values are set in, and to know that, as a person who gets on, they can be in charge of what they want to be a part of and what they want to get plugged into, what they want to see. Man, it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
So refreshing. And so the reality, right? For those of you guys who are listening, watching, I mean, you guys can, you can be like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, and totally miss the wave that's coming in, or
you actually hop on early and you can get
and be one of the
serve.
OGs, and
it's actually called founding members,
dude. So what does that look like? How can people do that?
So both the app's live right now in the Apple Store and Google Play. TribeLife.us is the website. I also want to keep the website and the app experience is completely different.
Yeah.
So the app is the product. It's the usable product. If it's the scrolling, it's the like, sharing, comments, the tribes, the joining. The website is more for learning more information about what it all is, what TribeLife is, details and stuff like that about the team, the company, and all those things. So we don't really want you on the website, scrolling and stuff like that, or like, in the communities or tribes. We want you on the app doing that stuff because it's more mobile. You need to be like out and about, so it makes more sense that way.
Yeah, and I'll even show you guys like here a little bit. I mean, you'll be able to see a little bit of some screenshots of what it looks like.
The UI of just everything as well.
Everyone has said the UI is like so beautiful. Like that's all I've got.
Clean.
So I like clean.
Yeah,
it's not like
clean.
Instagram where I have like the 50 million buttons over here and then all the notifications and it's.
We wanted to keep it very minimal but user friendly, but like. I mean, it's a lot. Like, there's a lot in it, but it's easily to navigate too. Like, that was one of our big things, is making sure like everyone knows where things are, how to get there, and then the Explore tab. So like, I got the Explore tab from other platform, the idea, but the Explore tab on like, let's say Instagram, just shows you randomness incompletely. Like, it's just a bunch of and this is where actually the algorithm takes over the most. You know what I mean? If you watch one thing for just a little too long, your whole Explore page is going to be exactly only that. Right. Yeah. And so I've been victim to watching a girl for a couple of seconds longer than I'm supposed to or whatever. And now it's like I hit that button. It's just overflow of just Instagram models or this or that. You know what I mean? And like my girlfriend hates that. So like now I've deleted the Instagram app like 6 times, you know what I mean? Because it just causes problems in our relationship. And that's just one example like of the algorithm taking over. Right. But with TribeLife, remind me what we were saying.
So with people getting onto the app and actually
making it clean and simple,
being a part of it. But you've been talking about the interface of it and how it works. I mean, we can get back to that, but I love what you're saying. Because here's the reality too, like these social media apps, everything that's connected to the internet, there is a whole nother world that brings a whole lot of good. And there's also a whole other world that can get you in a lot of trouble if you're not careful. And so to think of like, hey, I can actually be in charge of what I'm including and what I'm seeing.
Right.
So that I'm not putting myself in these bad positions again or putting myself into getting stuck into watching and having all this content that I don't want in my life.
Exactly.
So I love that, man. That's
even
cool.
with like children and stuff, like we're obviously doing a lot to make sure that children aren't getting exposed to something that they're not supposed to be, or, you're able to, make sure your children are getting exposed to the right things or not the wrong things, I guess, more importantly.
With social media, like to do that because, I mean, just like a few weeks ago, I didn't see anything, but like a bunch of people had like an Instagram like explosion of like just a bunch of leaks and it got hacked too. So there was like a bunch of stuff that was popping up and there was a bunch of videos that were not supposed to be on there being just put on there. And it was, I mean, I heard that it was a bit traumatizing because of some of the stuff that showed up on there because there wasn't really a regulation and there wasn't a system because the algorithm kind of took over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how much power the algorithm has and we don't even really.
And I don't think a lot of people are thinking about it.
Yeah.
I
actually wasn't thinking about it until now. Like
I challenge you, go look at when you were done here, go look at your phone and just like count how many of example A's and example B's there are and you'll be completely dumbfounded about it. It's crazy.
Yeah. So with that, bro, I mean, right? So people, they don't just have to watch or just listen, but how they can be a part of it, right? So it's on Apple, Google Play. What else?
As of yesterday, it's finally on Google Play.
Dude, congrats, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
That is the hardest.
I know.
Apple's approval process is ridiculous on stuff sometimes.
Oh no, it took maybe like 3 or 4 months just to get, and it's still. Let me criticize it. It's still in beta mode, so it's not like 100% working product yet. Like it's not done, right? We're all in collaboration. And that's another thing that I really love about where we're at right now. It's built for the community by the community. Okay. So I encourage everybody to get on and tell me where it can go. I want people's interests. I want people to let me know like, hey, why isn't this button working? I'm like, we already know about that button.
I did that with you. I was like, bro, it just goes to this page.
Exactly. I need that. I mean, that's really good tangible data and information we need right now as feedback to enhance the app and experience. But also, like, I don't want it to only be my thoughts and my ideas and my vision. I want everyone to come together, and how can it serve you? You know what I mean? What can we do to create an experience that caters your needs as a business, as an influencer, as a podcast, as a musician, as you know, whatever. Like, we have the creativity is completely open right now, and we're looking for input 100%.
Yeah.
Unlike everything else in the world, I think right now, like, you don't have a say in a lot of things. Right now, everyone has a say in where this goes.
I think that's so good, because I love being able to have a say, being able to help shape something and to make it better, and to make it, and when you find something that's working, to like keep it there so it keeps working, rather than
like, where'd this feature go? I loved it. It's gone.
An update, and all of a sudden it's like, why did we change this?
Right.
Why do I have to now? Like, for instance, as a graphic designer and those different things, it's like, all right, hey, for social media, we've been doing 1350 by 1080. Now we're going to 1450 by 1080. It's like, who was the dummy who decided, hey, we need to have this extra 100
fit my phone
pixels?
Screen.
You know, and it was like, I get change is great. I'm all for it. But sometimes it's like, you don't just change just to change.
Yeah.
There always has to be a good reason behind it. So I don't know. It's refreshing. And
So what should really be refreshing is, what do you think about landscape? Like, when you take pictures of like friends and a group of people or a family or something like that, and you got to crop, like, because everything's portrait, right?
Yeah.
So what about like bringing landscape back?
I love that.
I think making landscape cool again. I mean, I know as a video person, we've done it to where it's like, just turn your phone, you know, or just put it on there and people can turn it when they're ready.
Can TribeLife bring landscape back?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's
That's
do
what I'm
it.
talking about.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because there's beauty in all formats of it. I mean, here's the reality too, right? We're taking portraits and now we're putting overlays over them to make them into a landscape.
Exactly. Yeah.
just do it.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No.
TribeLife is bringing landscape back.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Let's do it. I love it, man. I love it. Okay. So we can find it on there. Definitely got to go through the user interface,
Yes.
you know, through the app portion to really get the handle of it.
Yeah.
You know, and then tell us. So I know people can jump on and kind of just get a little bit of an idea, but then in order to really get the full access to the app, what does that look like?
Explain what you mean.
For the verified, like they can get verified and all that.
Okay.
type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Perfect.
Sorry.
So, most of the things, it's just a premium. There's like the freemium version and the premium version. The social media aspect of it, liking, sharing, commenting, all those things are free, of course. Creating a tribe, we want to make sure that the TribeLife verified serves two purposes. One, we don't want bots on the platform.
Thank you.
And the only way for us to control that there are no bots is having a paid version, right? Because bots aren't going to pay. No one's going to pay, you know, X amount of dollars for just to have a bot or an AI character. You know what I mean? So it's only $7.99 right now. It's set to be like $29.99 because that's going to be the price in the future. But as founding members, first 10,000 users get access to the promo code. So it drops it all the way down to $7.99 a month, and that's grandfathered in. So it'll always only be $7.99 for those guys.
Fire. I love it.
So
Thanks,
download
bro.
it right now.
Appreciate
because,
it.
Yeah. As soon as we get those 10,000 users, we're obviously onto something. It's definitely picking up traction, and it's worth something. You know what I mean? So we just got to get that value. But the other reason is because we want skin in the game. We want people to want them to actually want the premium benefits, right? Like creating a tribe should be a tribe leader. Shouldn't a problem that we have with current social media platforms is there's like, let's just say Orange County networking. How many groups do you think there are of entrepreneurs in Orange County looking for a networking group? There's hundreds of groups on social media platforms, right?
Not all of them are actually that.
And all of them are junk.
All of them are. You said it, not me. You know what I mean?
No
Exactly.
one sees it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know I've posted. I have an event coming up, and I posted something on a few of them.
How many likes have you gotten? And six.
Just the main people that are in my
Yeah,
group, because
right.
we're all looking to try and help support and nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so what we're seeing right now, and what we have available to us right now, is oversaturation of the ability to create groups.
Yeah.
And then some groups have 100 people, some groups have 10,000 people, some groups are full of scammers and bot, posts that are just looking to
just crowding everything.
Yeah. And so again, no real content, right? So making it exclusive to be able to create a tribe means that person has skin in the game, that person has value, that person really wants to create that tribe and has a purpose of creating a tribe, right? And the tribe could be, Lego builders, right? And so someone who wants to actually build that tribe, and it's exclusive. So we're not going to have the same tribe. You're not going to be able to build the same tribe.
You're not just going to be able to copy and paste.
Exactly. Yeah. And so let's say, for example, and this is all still, testing it and stuff like that, whatever. But let's say someone says, I want to create a tribe of runners in Orange County. So, okay, cool. We'll create that tribe. But then another person comes along and says, I want to create a tribe called Runners of Orange County. That doesn't make sense. There's already a tribe of Runners of Orange County. Go join the tribe. Or if you want to start your own tribe, you got to be more specific, right? Yeah. Runners of Huntington Beach, right? And that's a whole other tribe. Hunters of Orange County and Hunters of Huntington Beach are two separate tribes. One is getting hundreds of people and one is getting 20, 30, 50 people, right? So that's fair. That's legit. But we don't want it to oversaturate the market with the exact same kind of ideas or things over and over again. And then we don't know which one's the legit one. And then you go in there and there's again, I don't want a bunch of clutter and content, just, no ads and all that stuff, right? So it's just a different experience.
That's so cool.
Dude, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I love that idea. Bring us back to actually being able to find a community and not having to search endlessly for one that doesn't even.
Yeah. And if you see the tribe that is something that you're interested in, it is the tribe. Yeah. It's the real tribe. Because there is no duplication, there is no oversaturation. It is the group of people that are interested in this one topic or this, these ideas and stuff. Yeah. In that specific area. Exactly. Right. So if you have runners of Orange County, runners of Dana Point, runners of LA, runners of Seattle, obviously those are different tribes. Yeah. Right. So that's totally legit. Yeah. Another thing, the verified membership gets you access to a lot of perks and benefits and discounts and stuff like that. So we have the TribeLife shop, and the TribeLife shop works similar to other shops, marketplaces. It's really cool because what's different from us is I own this design marketing agency, and I've helped hundreds of companies start, launch, grow, expand their brand from 0 to 6 figures in the course of 6 months easily. That's something that I'm very good at doing. That's something I've done for 15 years now. Yeah. We're bringing that expertise, we're bringing those resources from my agency to TribeLife to help influencers launch their own brands. Yeah. Dude. Not just selling another product from another company and getting an affiliate link or something like that and making a little pennies. Yeah. Literally, it's pennies. I've talked to multiple influencers, and none of them are really satisfied with their payouts. And so they have to go do this deal. They have to get this gig. They have to get this gig, and they have to go find this product. And it's just a lot of work and a lot of stuff. And
count us in, dude, because that was actually a space that we were wanting to do last year. Then we ended up getting burned.
Yeah.
And it didn't pan out. Really it just didn't pan out. And so I'm down. Yeah. Because him and I, we've had a dream about, I love that I get to not only be his dad and do life, but to even build a business together, which is so cool. And
exactly.
So, I love hearing that.
That's awesome.
A great feature, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's exclusive to being verified, of course. Okay. We don't want just anybody. And then our team, right? Yeah. We don't have millions of employees. We're definitely a startup, but we're growing, of course. But and I don't want all 20,000 people trying to start their own t-shirt company. You know what I mean? That's not what it's built for. Yeah. It's built for people who really have skin in the game, are actually a player and want to do something exceptional through us exclusively with us. Collaboration.
Yeah. I love it.
That's really good. And it's not going to be like a TikTok shop where these people putting meme t-shirts up for $15 and it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. And it's not products that are $2.99 for a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like that's not. Do you trust that? Are you really going to buy? How many people actually buy?
I know, man. It's
I mean,
crazy.
Temu
think,
is going crazy right now. But yeah.
I think that people probably do, but they don't trust it. You know what I mean? It's very sketchy when you have a product that's so cheap and you know where it's coming from.
If it works, they're happy. If it doesn't work, they just laugh I gave it a shot.
Right.
Yeah.
The consensus is they don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But if you're able to launch a real clothing line, a real shoe company, a real hat company, a real cosmetic company, a real brand, right? Like the big league, you know, leaders are creating real brands in the world, like Supreme and Kim's, Skims, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We do that. That's what TribeLife is all about. So,
I love it.
And that's really cool.
And being able to not just, again, one of my biggest fears is growing someone else's business or being an employee or, you know, just always on the helping someone else grow their dream. Now influencers can launch their own brand, their own product line, and they can influence their own creativity rather than just pushing someone else's agenda.
So good.
Or product.
I love that.
So that's another thing. It's a lot, man.
Yeah,
There's so many things.
We'll have to have we'll have to have another conversation.
Like 5 more podcasts for this.
And then I know you'll get to your guys' unfiltered stuff, which will be so cool too.
I think that one's we're gonna just every single episode will be like another topic, like and it's travel too. Like I don't know if we talked about tribe trips, but like
you mentioned a little bit.
We curate and plan everything, accommodations, transportation, like everything from a castle to a mansion, Bel Air. Yeah, all the excursions are included. All the dinner, chef, you know, farm fresh food to table experiences. All that is curated into this, you know, really epic, what we're calling tribe trip.
Yeah.
And so one thing with the whole purpose of this is to change group travel into tribe travel. And so it's a whole phrase that doesn't even exist yet until I'm going to make it. But people don't really like the randoms and group travel, and, you know, but on a tribe trip, check in night 1, everyone eats together, everyone drinks together, everyone has a home party. There's, you know, I'll be there, I'll be doing a speech, I'll be introducing tribe trips, and I'll be our staff, our media team, the chef, everybody gets an introduction. And so at that point, open up to like, you know, a little house party kind of deal where everyone gets to know each other, everyone can vibe together, DJ, music, jacuzzi, you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And now when we wake up tomorrow and we all have to get on that sunrise catamaran cruise, right? We know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No longer is that group travel.
Yeah.
That's dead. It's now tribe travel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is the awkward moment of like, I don't know, I don't want to sit next to this person, or where am I going to, you know, who am I going to talk to? It's like, we're all friends at that point because we were just hanging out last night, you know what I mean? Drinking, having a good time, eating dinner as a community, right? So that just immediately changes the game. And then from that point on, now, also there's a tribe built into it, so you can communicate with everybody on the digital space. Like you can, you know, connect with everybody. Yeah. That's something that's missing in events right now as well, is you go to a networking event and, you know, you only talk to like maybe 3 or 4 people, you get their business card, right? And then you go back, it's like, but damn, there was 50, 60, 70 people there. How do I connect with all of the people? Yeah. Every event that we do has a tribe connected to it automatically. So if you go to an event, you go to a networking event, you go to a tribe trip,
QR code and you get put into that tribe.
It happens automatically. You don't even have to scan a QR code.
That's cool, because right now when you're doing those things, it's hashtag this, it's, I got to look up that location and then possibly see what might happen, or da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. And so, no, I love that.
And like we go to the networking events. I mean, I don't know about your networking event, but am I going to have access to everyone there?
No.
Are you going to give me the call sheet afterwards of all the contacts? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not calling yours out. I'm just saying.
No, most of the time what happens is it takes that extra manpower of work to have to share all that
after.
Right.
It's just
right.
Whole thing.
So what's pre-built into our whole system is you get into the tribe and everybody's putting that tribe for that one event.
Yeah.
And so you can follow up the next day and be like, hey, you know, there was 79 people that showed up and they're all in that group.
Yeah.
That tribe, you know what I mean? So you can connect with them, like you can share your product, your service, whatever. And like that's that networking event or that tribe trip or that, you know, events tribe specifically. And then you could leave it too if you want. And if everybody leaves it, then the tribe's dead.
Yeah.
So it goes away on its own naturally.
I'd love to. That was I know we mentioned a little bit, like for our networking thing that's coming up, this mixer event. I was like, I want to be able to push that for sure.
Yeah.
To have a connection point of that. So that'll be great. You'll have to make sure I set it up well. And we've got the event on there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
both platforms are live now, so it's fair.
Yeah, so it's good. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude.
Man, yeah,
it's a lot.
There's definitely a lot.
Sorry, there's so much information.
But I'm so pumped.
But I love it.
Yeah. So, all right. So first off, okay. So we know where the app, we know the website, we've got that. If anybody's got any questions or they want to dive a little bit deeper, where can they go, or just go back to those, or can they give you a follow?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're going to be on TribeLife, so
yeah, follow me on TribeLife.
Yeah.
My Instagram is Travel with Heath. If you guys really want to connect with me there, TribeLife has its own Instagram and Facebook. We're probably going to do TikTok as well, just to reach the younger youth, the audience and stuff. So, right now I'm hiring and building out my entire media crew and team. Okay. Every tribe trip we go on we bring our entire media crew, drones, videography, photographers, everything. So you'll never have to worry about if you're going to get any type of real good content on a vacation when our whole entire media production team produces a movie. And this is, I don't know if I should even talk about this, but like, let's say there's 20 people that go to a tribe trip in Cancun or something like that. Right. There's John, there's Sarah, and there's Ashley. Right. Yeah. And so all of our media team is going to shoot all the content because we, TribeLife, need the content to promote the next trip or the reoccurring trips. But when we do post, we actually make Sarah the star. And so we cut up all of it and we deliver that footage to Sarah, and Sarah is the star. And then we go back and we cut it up for John, and John is the star. And so they get this content with their tribe trip. It's all part of the
love that.
It's included in the cost.
So it's like a tailored for each person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, look at this. I was on this trip with TribeLife.
Yep.
And
but everyone's content is different because you might have been on the jet ski, but you were on the catamaran cruise, and I was on the yacht sailing, right? Or we kind of did one of those three things together also. And so like, how am I going to get all that content? Right. While I'm trying to have fun and enjoy the trip. Don't worry about it. Yeah. My production team's going to get all of that stuff for us.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then to be able to see the overlap. That's the community part of it again too. Yeah. You know, oh man, that's so good.
Dude, this is really good. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than you even thought now, right?
Yeah. No, this has opportunity to be something. And it will be something. So
it is something.
It's
something. Just now you got a choice to get on it, and
we're waiting on you to
ride the wave,
to find your tribe.
Yeah.
And, find the new set. Yeah.
How does it feel to say find your tribe?
I love it.
Yeah, it feels good, right?
Easy.
It's building an ohana. That's what it is.
Yeah. There, in Hawaii, there's no word for tribe. It's just like community, and so I gotta be careful about saying this. I think it's like a Ola Ohana, Ola OLA Ohana. So tribe is Ohana. Like there is no word for tribe, but it's like your family and your community, and that's what kind of tribe is. It's not just blood, but your community is actually more than just your family. It's who you choose to include in your
who
family.
You choose who you invite in. Yeah. I mean, that's how
that's Ohana.
That's our whole family has always been that. The Campbell Ohana is what we've always coined it. And everyone who comes into our home, everyone who we build relationships with, it's like, hey, you don't have to find a place anymore. Like here's Ohana for you.
Right.
And,
exactly.
And you're a part of it now. And so I think that's part of also what resonates for me so much, and just knowing what you've talked about and just the idea and the value set behind TribeLife. And I was like, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Easy.
So Ola Ohana is life of the tribe. You know what I mean? And it's awesome. I love it.
Cool. Well, dude, Heath, thank you so much, man, for coming on, bro. I know we've chatted a lot, and I'm excited to see not only where this goes, but I'm excited for me, like, to actually be able to be a part of it. And then my son, and so we're in this, baby. We're in the tribe.
Yes. Awesome, man. Awesome.
So for those of you guys who've been watching, check out all the stuff that we've posted. We'll even give the links and different things there, and super excited for when this comes out for you guys to jump on, to get to catch this next wave. And it's really going to be cool because this isn't a social media platform that's going to create noise. This is really going to be filled with purpose. That's going to help create opportunities for people to find community, to find relationship, to not get stuck in an app, but to actually get back and experience life again. And so I'm all about it. And Jaiden, you want to send them on?
I'm all about experiencing life again. Thank you for joining us on this awesome episode of the Purpose Department. Catch you next time. God bless.